Hey Yoda brothers, what's up? It's the Director, Chargers fans of America. How you guys doing today? We're going to be going over another sneak peek of what the Chargers depth chart's going to be looking like in the 2020 season. Yesterday we did the offense. Today we're going to be doing the defense. If you guys want to check out the offense, the link to that is going to be in the description below. All right, so here's what it's going to kind of look like today, guys. I separated it out just a little bit differently, definitely more rows, but I wanted to highlight the linebacker position for the Chargers. Definitely a weakness of this team last year. I think we made a lot of progress to making it elite this upcoming season. Well, before we get started, guys, if you like these kinds of videos, hit us up with a like and sub, man. The small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. We're getting close to 15,000 subs because of you guys. Thank you so much. Well, let's get into this video, guys. I think the Chargers defense is going to shock the league next year. Yes, we had one of the best defenses in the league last year, but I think this year in particular, we are a sleeping giant. And I want you guys to get excited about another video I have upcoming just about the Chargers defense alone. It is going to be insane. So as far as the sneak peek of what the depth chart's going to look this upcoming season, let's take a look at cornerback first. We'll make it really simple for you guys. Kazeer Hayward Jr., undisputed cornerback one. Definitely one of my favorite pickups from the last several seasons. Tom Telesco believed in the guy. We got him out of Green Bay. He's been so underrated in the NFL ever since. Next up, free agent acquisition, Chris Harris Jr. I was so shocked that we got this kid, dude. Like, I was so excited that he was able to sign with the team. A very cap-friendly situation for us as well. And he's just going to add another deadly piece to that cornerback core out there in LA. Chris Harris Jr. is going to be so good. Like, so good with the Chargers. Heck of a pickup by Tom Telesco. Next up at cornerback 3, this is going to be our slot corner as well. We got ourselves Desmond King out here. Now, Desmond King did see a little bit of a decline last year, but I think it was because we were asking a lot of him. I do think we put him back in that strict, slot cornerback kind of role. He's going to thrive once again. You know the potential of this guy. We've seen it out there. Maybe he doesn't have to focus on, kick and punt returns as much anymore because we do have a guy out there like Joe Reed who really specializes in that sort of thing. So Desmond King, another amazing addition to this defense. I like seeing him at cornerback. Some talk about him going to safety, that kind of Adrian Phillips kind of role. I want to see him at safety, man. I think he does really well out there. We just need to make sure he stays in that realm of cornerback where he plays really well. And then lastly, we're going to put Mike Davis up here. He's been okay the last couple of seasons. It could be worse. I would like to see him at cornerback 4, but I was worried he would be opposite of Kazeer Hayward when we were talking about Desmond moving positions. But I like him, man. This cornerback core is absolutely insane. Probably one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league right now. Let's move on to safety. You guys know it. We all know it. The NFL knows it. We got the best safety in the league in Derwin James. Probably one of my favorite players on the team currently. He rocked the league his rookie season. He's continued to do that. Just needs to stay healthy. My God, just with these names right here, just what an incredible defensive backcourt. And Derwin James, probably one of the best players in our defense, and he's going to continue to do so well out there. At safety as well, some people are saying, again, maybe Desmond King. I'm still thinking that we put out Nasir Adderley. Where is his? But right here, Nasir Adderley. I think definitely should take that free safety spot. We drafted him in the 2nd round last year, guys, and there was talk of Nasir being a first-round caliber pick at the late of the part of the 1st round. I see no reason for us not to put him out there. There are other guys that they do like as well, but I think definitely, Nasir Adderley needs a shot, and I think he's going to, shock a lot of people with how good he is. And then as far as the depth at those positions, Rashawn Jenkins, I think, could do very well out there as well. Where is Jenkins out here? There's Timur. We need him too. Here's Jenkins, number 23. He's going to be, I think, backing up Nasir Adderley. That's correct. And then backing up Derwin James is going to be Rodrick Timur, who also had a pretty good season last year too. When you guys think about how many times we put Derwin out there in the box playing linebacker, maybe rushing the quarterback, Timur performed pretty well, still playing out deep. So I really like this defensive backcourt, probably one of the best in the entire NFL. This really resembles the no-fly zone out in Denver a few years back. I think really a Super Bowl, prepped kind of defensive backcourt, and I'm so excited to see how they do in the league next year. Let's move into linebacker here, and this is where things get interesting. This is where I wanted to pay the most attention. That's why I separated out in weak Mike and strong linebackers, just so you guys can get a full picture of what's going on with all of these players. Okay, so let's start on the weak side there. Denzel Perryman. You guys need to remember that Denzel Perryman is still on the roster, and he's just going to be so good in this position. I think we were asking a lot of him. Again, very similar maybe to Desmond King. And what he does out here on the weak side is going to be very, very important. He's still one of the best run-stopping linebackers when healthy in the league. That's the biggest thing, when healthy. He's struggled with injury for a long, long time. If he can stay on the field, the pairing that we've got with our linebackers right now could be absolutely astounding. So I'm really pulling for Denzel Perryman to stay healthy. He could definitely take that weak side and thrive. Next up, we're going to go to Uchenna Nwosu, number 42 right here. What's funny is I'm hearing talk about Uchenna actually developing maybe at edge as well. So you never know. But for right now, we'll keep him there on the weak side, backing up Denzel Perryman. You never know what's going to happen with Uchenna. He's a very talented player. I think kind of a steal for us when we drafted him. He's a very, very talented player, and I'm excited to see how he develops there. Next up at that spot at linebacker, it's going to be Amik Egbul. I think he's number 51 right here, guys. I apologize if we mess up at any point with the numbers. We got Egbul out here as well. He's definitely not bad as far as a depth piece. Next up at middle linebacker, I should say Mike linebacker. This is where things get kind of insane, guys. I think for sure we traded up in the draft to acquire this kid, Kenneth Murray, to be our starting linebacker, one of the best run-stopping sideline-to-sideline threats at linebacker in the entire draft. We traded up, we got him, and I think he's going to be such a huge piece of this defense. Really, you talk about cornerstone pieces of defense, maybe at their specific positions, linebacker. Kenneth Murray is the guy. He is a leader on defense, and what he brings to the table, he's got to work a little bit in coverage, but when it comes to stopping the run, being that force, sideline to sideline, containing guys like Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, this is exactly the kind of player that you wanted to pick up for the Chargers, and he is going to be such a huge, vital piece to the defense. Mark my words, this upcoming season. I think we drafted him, we traded back up to get a starter, and that's what Kenneth Murray is going to bring. All right, next up, we got Kazeer White. I think he's going to be not a bad backup, or I should say, Mike linebacker 2. And he'll be pretty decent out there. He's been developing. He's not bad. But again, just that combo right now that I'm looking at, of Perryman and Murray and Nwosu, it's looking really good. I mean, it's been such a position of concern for so many years, but all of a sudden, I'm like super excited to see what these guys can do out there. Then moving to strong linebacker, you guys know we got ourselves a Drue Tranquill, who was absolutely one of the biggest steals of the draft, at least for the Chargers last year. A lot of people will say that the Chargers draft last year wasn't too great, but Drue Tranquill was such a vital piece that we picked up there in the middle rounds, and I'm just so happy that we did. Very, very vital piece to this defense, and I think he's going to continue to develop. A little bit older. I know we drafted him. I think he was like, 23 or something like that when we drafted him, so he still has a lot of room to grow. He's going to be very, very nice. And then free agent acquisition, Nick Vigil, who I also think, I'm kind of shocked. I mean, even in my highlight video, I put in all of our free agents that we put in, kind of like introducing them to the team. I forgot Nick Vigil. I forgot Nick Vigil. And he's such a good pickup too, man. He plays that position so well. So you look at what we did to this linebacker core over just the last season. I think the pickups of Kenneth Murray obviously being the biggest one, but Nick Vigil too. You got to remember, man, like he's going to be playing, maybe in light of Drue Tranquill. Sometimes I think maybe we put Drue Tranquill here in at Mike, and then we put him down here in strong. You never know, but this is the way I see it right now. And I really like all the moving pieces we have at linebacker all of a sudden. Next up, here's where things get kind of simple once again. Defensive end, we're going to go here on the edge with Joey Bosa, definitely one of the best players on our entire team. We need to start thinking about extending him. I don't want another situation where he maybe holds out. Guys, we have to be prepared for that mentally and emotionally if he wants to hold out, because he is one of the best in the league, and he deserves to be paid as such. So it's something we have to monitor. And then we've also got Melvin Ingram there on the other side. Another kind of concerning piece. Next year, we may not have enough cap, or maybe he's getting a little bit older. It all depends on how he performs this year. But Melvin Ingram, this might be his final shot with us. I'm really hoping not. We're going to have so much cap, guys. One of the biggest advantages of having a rookie quarterback contract kind of situation on our cap is going to be able to allow us to have more cap space in general. That's kind of where the formula of a lot of NFL teams have been using to go to the Super Bowl. So that's something to monitor right there. But right now, Melvin Ingram undisputed, opposite of Joey Bosa. Next up, you've got yourself Isaac Rochelle out here. He's been great out of Notre Dame. Such a good character, great locker room presence, and I think he's going to do great out there backing up Joey and Melvin. Next up, defensive line. Another huge weakness of the defense last season. I think it just turned into a strength with this man right here, Lynn Vol Joseph. Some people are overlooking this offseason acquisition, man. Lynn Vol Joseph is such a huge and vital, important piece in signing to this defense. You take a look at what he brings to this defensive line. Our biggest weakness last year, stopping the run. That's Lynn Vol Joseph. Lynn Vol Joseph is a run-stopping machine. You pair that up with Kenneth Murray, run-stopping machine. You know, Denzel Perryman, run-stopping machine. All of a sudden, we've got all the pieces in place to stop the biggest thing that we couldn't stop last year, and that was teams on the ground, all right? Next up, we've got, I think it's time we see what we have in Jerry Tillery. Obviously, a first-round pick last year. You hope to see more out of him. Needs some time to develop. Yes, he didn't see the field a lot, guys. We also have to give him the benefit of the doubt on that area. Didn't see the field a lot with him there. I really think it's time we see what we've got in Jerry Tillery. We need to untap that first-round potential in him. And then lastly, we got Justin Jones in there. This could honestly go either way, man. If the team feels like, you know, Justin Jones paired up with Lynn Vol is better, he could definitely be, you know, the second defensive tackle on the roster. But I do think it's time we see what we've got in Jerry Tillery. Well, guys, that's going to be your sneak peek for the defense. Let's take a look one more time. What do you guys think of this defense, man? The Chargers 2020 defense is going to blow some minds. So excited. Well, if you guys like this video, hit us up with a like and sub. Very excited for the Chargers 2020 season. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. And as always, this has been the Director. Stay frosty.